We were expecting a bit of a dramatic window for Newcastle United. It certainly turned out that way. But Damash, what's the latest with Bruno Guimarães?
That's pronunciation again, isn't it?
Slightly better than
This is very close now. Steve Nixon, the head of recruitment at Newcastle United, is in Brazil to finalise that deal from Lyon to Newcastle United. Medical expected soon. He's in Brazil because Guimarães is on international duty with Brazil. The deal itself, I'll break down the numbers. It's 40 million euros initial payment plus 8 million euros in add-ons. And those bonuses are based on player performance and also if Newcastle United stay in the Premier League. Now, we reported that a deal was actually agreed on Wednesday, only for Lyon to publicly say on their social media accounts, categorically denying that a deal had been agreed. It's since emerged that we think that the initial fee was agreed, but there was still a bit of argument about over how much add-ons would be included in that deal. One contact had said to me that Lyon wanted as much as 10 million euros, but was still confident that Newcastle would fill the gap. And I think they've met Lyon closer to 10 million euros, but it's turned out to be 8 million euros. So around about 48 million euros this deal is worth. And by all accounts, it's a fantastic signing for Newcastle United.
OK, we know as well Newcastle are in... They want a centre-back, don't they? Any updates on this? And Diego Carlos as well, definitely that's dead in the water.
It looked like yesterday there was no chance that Newcastle United would be able to get Diego Carlos. Sevilla coming out and saying it's over, he's staying with us. Newcastle made bids for him, but just wasn't enough. We're not letting him go. The information I had today is that there is still a small chance that this could happen. The window is still open until Monday night. People are still working on trying to make this deal happen. But of course, the big problem is the two sides are so far apart. My information is that Sevilla would not take anything less than 45 million euros. I think Newcastle have offered about 30 million euros. And Sevilla have basically said, it's over, we're walking away. The player's not for sale. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. I still think it's unlikely that this deal will happen in the next few days, but I was just warned earlier today, don't say it's totally out of the question. There is still a small chance that it could happen.
For everything Carve said about Diego Carlos, I think you could repeat about Jesse Lingard as well, because that looked off. It still looks off, but it's a case of never say never as far as Jesse Lingard to Newcastle United is concerned. The reason this one broke down was Newcastle did offer a loan fee. They did offer to pay Jesse Lingard's wages, but Manchester United wanted an extra bonus if Newcastle United stayed in the Premier League. So we think that the initial loan fee was around £2.5 to £3 million. But if Newcastle stay in the league, then Manchester United wanted an extra £7, £8, £9 million to be paid as a bonus, because the feeling is he's helped you stay in the Premier League, and the amount of money you will get by staying in the Premier League is 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 million pounds. So we want a slice of that. What Carve was mentioning about Diego Carlos just sounds a little bit like brinkmanship, and it's a word that we use the closer we get to deadline day. And it could be the case with Jesse Lingard, because if Jesse Lingard still wants to go, which by all accounts he does, he would welcome the opportunity, we think, to talk to Newcastle and move to Newcastle. Manchester United may just think last minute, look, we're not going to get any money from him. He doesn't want to sign a new contract. He's a free agent in the summer. Let's see what kind of deal we can do with Newcastle.
Doesn't this make it a bit difficult when you're a club with big money and people now know that? They know how much they've spent already. They know how much they can still spend. And they're just trying to grab hold of the players that potentially they might want to sign towards the very end and just have to give in and maybe pay over the odds.
That's a very good point. I think as far as Newcastle have been concerned this window, they haven't really gone out and thrown money around left, right and centre. If people were thinking that they were going to act like they're the richest club in the world, which they probably are at the moment, then that's not what Newcastle have done. They've signed Kieran Trippier, which I think was quite an easy deal to do because the player wanted to come back to England. Chris Wood, a few eyebrows were raised that they paid £25 million for a 31-year-old. But I think that was his release clause. They went ahead and did that. I think Bruno Guimarães, the kind of numbers being talked about there, that is sensible, really. 35, 40 million pounds for a Brazilian midfielder who is very, very highly rated. So I don't think Newcastle are just going to throw money around. They want to get the message out to other clubs that, look, we are going to be careful. But with Jesse Lingard, I just think my personal feeling is that it just feels a bit like Manchester United are pricing him out of a loan move to Newcastle United by asking for so much. And I agree with Darmish. I think on Monday, maybe they'll drop their demands. Maybe that's why Newcastle are letting it be known that, look, we're walking away, we're not paying that, hoping that Manchester United will call them back on Monday and go, OK, let's do a deal, let's compromise.
One thing I would say as well, Manchester United are almost the victims of that the other way around, aren't they? When they go in for a player, they tend to have the Manchester United premium put on to a transfer fee. So it's quite funny to see that the boot's on the other foot and it happens to be Manchester United going to Newcastle. Oh, you've got a lot of money, so this is what the deal we want to do.